should have made your name harder. Your name's easy as it is, and I still screw it up. Okay, guys, so I am Elohim. I'm here with Twitch at www.twitch.tv/Elohim. That's ELLOHIME. And we're going to talk about the two companions, the cat companion and the IOUN stone of allure. I always get a lot of questions about these two pets. Excuse me. And people want to know which one's the best pet and why and all that good stuff. So we're going to go over and we're going to start at the beginning and we're going to work our way through it. And if you have any questions about what augmentive pets are, because they're both augmentive pets, you can check out my other video, my cat companion video. It's a little older, but it explains the augmentive side of this. So I'm going to go ahead and skip that there. If I ever say IOUN stone, I'm sorry, IOUN stone of might, that's incorrect. It's the IOUN stone of allure. The IOUN stone of might is the uncommon one that you can buy for those bars, and it's not as good. And the reason it's not as good is because it's an uncommon companion. It can only go to rank 20, and that'll keep you from using one of your equipment slots because it can't progress further than that. So let's start at the beginning. Let's talk about price of the two. So if you wanted to buy, this is the Emporium where you get the cat. If you wanted to buy the the cat straight out, it would be 980k astral diamonds. It's almost 1 million astral diamonds to buy the cat. If you want, though, the IOUN stone of allure is actually a companion that's bought in the Zen store for $20 or 2,000 Zen. It's right here. So if you let's look at the two prices. So 980k, and if you had astral diamonds, you could go ahead and exchange them for Zen to buy this IOUN stone. So let's open up the exchange and see how much it would cost us. Guys, it's important to note that you can buy these outright at 344, but if you go to the Sell Zen tab, 339 is what some people are selling it at. So you can actually put up here 339 if you wanted to wait and buy it at a lower price. So you didn't have to buy it exactly at what's here. So let's just say 340. So I'm going to spend 340 astral diamonds on each Zen individually, and the IOUN stone of allure is 2,000 Zen, so you're looking at 680k astral diamonds versus 980k astral diamonds. That's a 300k difference between the price for, and this is on Dragon server right now. Your prices may be different, but I would stand to wager that you would probably get the IOUN stone of allure cheaper than you would buy the cat outright from the vendor. So now let's talk about the differences between, oh, I shouldn't have closed that. Let's talk about the differences between the two. They both have, if you look down here, they both have two companion offensive slots and then a companion defense slot, so there's no change there. But here's the big change is the item slots. This has a ring, neck, and an icon. The cat companion has a ring, neck, and a waist slot. Okay, let's go over some things. A lot of the in-game belts, guys, have maximum health points on them. In fact, all the ones that drop in PvE do. And it's important to note that these augmentive pets, when you equip them with said belts, that the maximum hit points, here I'll show you beforehand, the health here down here on the cat, the maximum hit points actually will go to the cat and they will not transfer over to you. So when you have these belts here in game, you're losing a slot, an item slot of which could be power or recovery or crit, something like that. You're losing a slot of a stat point that could benefit you. Now, if you guys look up here, I believe it's up at the top. Let me pull up my stream real quick. If you guys look at the top of the video, you'll see that the cat, it has crit and recovery. This is what the cat comes with on a base level, okay? If you buy the cat without putting anything on it, the cat will start out at 1414 crit and recovery. At the end of getting the cat to rank 25, which is the max you can get the cat at this point, you'll have 225 crit and recovery at the end. The Stone of Allure is 10, 10, 10 power crit recovery, and then at the end it's 150, 150, 150 power crit recovery. So you see that the cat actually has a little bit higher recovery and a little bit higher crit, but at the cost of not having 150 power. So maybe if you're a control wizard, a devoted cleric, something like that, you might actually want to go with the cat just for the max amount of recovery, but we'll continue on. So you also see up here that we have the belt That has 376 total stats is what it said. Let me explain that to you. If you guys do PvP and you get first place, you have blue items that drop, and one of them is a blue belt. And the blue belt can have random stats on it, but also it can stack one stat. So it can have power and recovery, or it can have power crit recovery, or it can have crit and recovery, or whatever. And one of those stats will be 266, and then the other stat will be 110. So the total that these belt, and it's all random, guys. The rolls. First of all, you have to get lucky enough to get a belt to drop. Well, first you have to get first place in PvP. Then you have to get lucky enough to have a blue belt drop, and then the blue belt stats that are randomized. If you're like a trickster rogue or a control wizard, devoted cleric, something like that, to have recovery or power critical on it, it's all totally random. So it's very rare to get these belts. They're selling for about 2 million astral diamonds right now on Dragon server. If you do get these are the only belts in PvE that actually have an offensive slot, because all the other belts that drop in PvE are defensive slot. And those do not stand to be as good for the Trickster Rogue. You're going to want to have power, so you're going to want an offensive slot there. It's the only belt that drops that has an offensive slot and decent stats. And the stats total is 376, assuming that you get the best stats possible for yourself. Okay, so now let's look at the icon, because again, guys, the difference between the cat and the Iron Stone of Allure is the fact that instead of the waist slot on the cat, the Iron Stone has the icon stat. There is an icon that drops in Castle Never that has 165 power, 165 recovery, and 133 crit, which is 463 stats total. And that has an offensive slot as well. So what we're seeing here is, if we compare the two, they're best in slot, best case scenario, the cat actually gets held back by the waist slot, and the Iron Stone of Allure tends to push ahead of the cat as far as usability. On top of that, the Iron Stone of Allure is cheaper, and I think it's overall a much better augmentive pet overall for other characters. Now again, if you're a control wizard or a devoted cleric, you might want to go with the cat just because it has a slightly higher recovery, but it's totally up to you. So anyways, that's kind of the explanation of the two pets and kind of comparing the two and why they are different and why one is maybe better than the other. So I hope this helps you guys out. I hope this explains a lot to you guys. Anyways, thank you so much for being patient. I hope you have a beautiful day, and I will see you later.